The Black Cat Lounge is sponsored by Paranormal Oddities, the little store with the big heart, Niagara at the Western Block, one of the top rated haunted destinations in Western New York, Dragonfly Art and Soul, metaphysical goods and classes, Mystery Control, your go-to feed for science, magic, true crime, paranormal, and much, much more. Hey everybody, Tim Shaw here. It's really great to see you guys again. First show of the year, first show in a while. As we talked earlier today, I'm just thrilled to be able to come back. We've had a lot of problems with our computer system, and I've had a lot of problems with some viruses and trying to keep everything rolling. So we're really working hard, and we're going to go and we're going to see where it takes us for a while. Now, there's going to be a couple changes in the Black Cat Lounge. You want to hear about the changes? The changes will be, instead of every week, we're going to probably do 2 shows a month. Now, the reason why I'm thinking about doing 2 shows a month is the fact that it's a lot of work doing the show every week, because if I have an author on, I make sure that I try to read his book. I want to know, I want to be, honest with this guy. I want to make sure that I'm doing the very best job as a host that I can. So that's a little tough. Plus, on top of it, I mean, I miss getting out in the field. I miss getting out and going and seeing what's going on out there in the world, seeing all the great new stuff that's out there, all the fun stuff. As we spoke earlier today, I am so into the mysteries. Now, let me just tell you, let me do a little sprinkle for you. There is a couple mysteries up here. One I'm sure you've heard me talk about is the Marchant murders, and that was wrapped around Native American witchcraft and a Ouija board. So that was huge here in Buffalo. Huge. They billed that as the trial of the century. And I've also been looking into, there is another torso murder in Western New York that I've been really examining. Then, of course, there is I just got a great lead on someone to talk about the 19th, I believe, 1930s torso murders in Cleveland, Ohio. That was another one that shook everything. And I'm going to do an in-depth. Once it gets a little bit warmer, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to take some photos of it's called the Angola Horror, Angola, New York. And it was the site of a terrible train tragedy where all these people, train went off a bridge and down a ravine, and people were burned to death. So it really is something that is interesting, but there also has been a lot of, how can I say it? There's been some sightings and stuff out there. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I was out there. I was magnet fishing out there a while ago, and I always come up with something cool. But I want to get out there and I want to really do some in-depth work up there, and we'll see what we come up with. Also, I've made a bucket list of what I need to look at in this area, along with the Rochester area, and heading south, actually east to Erie, Pennsylvania. So we're going to look to see. There's so much out there that I really want to go and share with everybody. And it's for my own interest too. And you guys know that, there's the Jack the Ripper suspect that's buried in Rochester. I want to do a show on that. I also want to bring some cool people on. Now, I was talking about this earlier, this is almost 20 years I've been on the air, almost 20 years. when I first started out, my goal was to bring on little known people, give them some face time, give them a little something that they could, get a little launching pad. And I had some really cool people on there, really cool people. And that is sort of my next, I'll say my next goal is kind of go back to basics and bring people like that on. People representing teams, people representing themselves, people who are uh, they're innovators and creators of gear. I'm really interested in that. So I really want to be able to bring people back. I want people to enjoy that. And also, I mean, as for celebrities, yeah, like see my elbows are a little rubbed bare there. I have rubbed elbows with a pair of celebrity or two, but I'd love to bring a couple of them on. But I'm only going to bring on people who I respect. I'm not going to do it for, my days of doing things for numbers and viewers and that's long over. That's long over. I'm doing it for something that's really going to be fun. I'm doing it for my own education. I'm doing it because I think that you guys will enjoy it, and I really want to share it with you. And I am so, so, so excited about that. So excited about it. Thank you, everybody out there. Also, thank you for supporting my Lunker Nation. I appreciate that. There's so many people out there. I get messages almost every single day from people on Instagram or Facebook or Blue Sky, where people have gone and really have followed me and followed my health journeys, and they've picked up a lot. I mean, it doesn't. And again, I always tell people, you don't have to lift weights. You don't have to be like our guest and go out and strangle tractors. You can go out there and you can use rubber bands. You can just move. And and by the way, thank you for everybody who wrote and asked me how my back was doing. And as some of you guys know, I tweaked my back. I have a couple herniated discs that are all arthritic in the lumbar, and I tweaked them. So I took a week off from the gym and just let you guys know. And I was talking to the Lunker OG himself today that back to the gym this week, and I'm able to work it. So things are going really good. So tonight I thought it would be a shakedown cruise. You know why? Because we haven't been able to go and been on for a while. StreamYard has updated all sorts of stuff. I've been able to maneuver all that, for an old mind. I've been able to get that all going. And we're going to be working tonight just to make sure that all the bugs are out of the system. The ghost in the machine is right here. Right here, guys, right here. So what I want, you guys have homework, a little bit of homework. What day would you guys want me to broadcast on? You guys can get a hold of me on Facebook, DM me, and let me know what's a good day for you guys. But also, what's a good time? Now tonight, I wanted to go and do live, and our guest tonight was out, torturing people and strangling tractors, and that's what he does for a living. He likes to do that. And again, every so often, I will get a golden text here saying, I don't want to tell you what to do, but maybe, and if I don't do it and take a picture of myself doing it, I will hear about it. So that's why we're here at 9:00. But if you guys want me to go back to 7:00, or you think 8:00 is a good time, or even 9:00, it's up to you guys. Also, I have a couple shows that are they have been pre-recorded, and then one is one of my favorites. It's all about Robert the Doll. David Sloan is on, and I want to go, and I'll probably put that up next week. He is just an amazing guy, and everybody knows how I'm enthralled with like all these crazy haunted things and dolls and all that. So, okay, let's go and bring on tonight's guest. Tonight's guest is probably, you know what? It took me a while to warm up to this guy. And I give him credit. He never backed down. He was always like being nice to me. And I was like, I don't know. And I'll tell you the truth. I'm a hard guy to get to really in life to get like to be my friend, become friends with him because of the fact that I'm always, because of the fact I do so much and I don't know what I always suspect things. I always wonder why the hell they want to hang out with me. But this guy was relentless. And he went and he went and he wormed his way into my heart as my friend. And then over the years, he's like, well, dude, maybe if you go and hit the gym, you'll feel better. And all your, you know, all your troubles and all your, some health problems will disappear. And I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. And he goes, I'll train you. And I was like, no, you won't. You'll kill me. He's laughing. You can hear him laugh. You'll kill me, dude. Dude, you'll kill me. The guy is like 6 foot, guy is like 7'9". He's got muscles coming out of his ears, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna. No, you're gonna kill me. I was genuinely afraid that he was gonna kill me. Working me out, but or giving me workouts and stuff and training me. But he's a good guy and he understands being, training old people and and everything and stuff is stuck. So he's a great guy. He's a great paranormal investigator. He's part of the team that runs the ghost tours and all the ghost events and all the special events up at the Western Block in Lockport, New York. Probably, I'm gonna say in the Western New York area, I love Western Block the best. I love it. It's a gallery. It's an old industrial complex. It's got that feel to it, and it's haunted as hell. And that's the only place that I've got knocked to the freaking ground. I think it was like, kind of wavering there as number 2 there until I got knocked to the ground. Now that I got knocked to the ground, it's number 1. It's a great place. He's also my chauffeur. When I was stuck in Detroit, cowering in the men's room because of the tornado and the hail hitting the walls or the windows, cowering in there with Johnny Zaffis, the demonologist, and the White Witch of Hollywood, Patty Negri. He texts me at 3 a.m. You're still in Detroit? I go, yeah. He goes, next year I'm driving. So we were going up to Sault Ste. Marie, and he's been my driver ever since. And he's cheap. Believe me, he's cheap. He could, all you got to do is feed him. Well, that's not cheap. Never mind. We won't go there. But anyway, let's bring on my good friend. And again, we're working to go and make sure that everything is running great. Let's welcome the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, the OG of Lunker Nation, Frank Kupka. Frankie, baby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? That's an introduction that I don't ever deserve. But
no, you don't. I'll listen. No, you don't. But I have to do it because that's my job. Okay. And besides, you'll go and tomorrow. I'll be getting this. I don't want to tell you what to do, but if you go and raise your weights to 2,000 pounds and run up and down the track, you'll feel better. Yeah.
Put him on that sled and just push up and down.
Oh
push,
my
pull,
God.
Push.
There ain't no, Frank. There's some things that even I say to you. No. Here, this is what kind of a guy he is. This is what kind of a guy he is. So he's telling me about this. I'm not going to I can't put my hand up all the way, but you use a kettlebell and you bring your arm all the way and you start walking. Well, I try it. And of course, my shoulders aren't that good. So they're shaking and stuff. So I, can't do it. And I'm like, but he's telling me what weight to use. I went right down to like 5 pounds because that's what I could do with 5 pounds. So I got a picture of myself. And he goes, well, okay, I guess. Thanks. No, Frank. I'm not going to go and they're not going to call an ambulance for me. I'm, but
As long as it doesn't land on your head, you're okay.
yeah, well, if it lands on my head, we won't have to worry about a thing because everything bounces off that guava. But you know what? Frank, you know what? I got to say that I knew you when you with your ex partner, your ex paranormal partner,
Right.
and you have grown like unbelievably in the paranormal. What you have done from where you began is like I'm just like still shocked. I'm just shocked. I often say to myself, where did he learn this stuff? He didn't learn it from me. But you know, I got to tell you, Frank, it's like you have really,
I appreciate that.
yeah. You know what? I don't give everybody here knows that I suck at giving compliments. You know.
Let's listen. Sometimes they're deserved, and sometimes they're not.
Well, listen, I don't have to blow smoke up your ass because I know that I always got a seat. I always got the I'm a passenger princess in your vehicle.
Listen, it's all about the pizza, and we both know that.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. You know. But oh hey, wait a minute. Look who's here.
Hey,
Diablo. El Diablo. This is the owner of Western Block in Lockport, New York. And we call her Maui Diablo, the little devil, the little demon, because we have to, because we're afraid of her. She's what about 3'9"?
Yeah, sometimes
she's 3'9" in heels, and she can take both of us. She can take both of us.
I'm not messing with her.
Frank, do you want to?
Oh, no, that's not you tell him.
Well, let's tell a little Mansfield story. We got invited to
Mansfield stuff.
The Mansfield Reformatory, where they went and they filmed the Shawshank Redemption, and that's probably one of my favorite jails to go into. I wouldn't want to be incarcerated there, but to explore and to wander around, it's an amazing thing. So you know who he goes and says, hey, the minute his voice gets like real quiet, and it's like, hey, I got an idea. Let's go and bring me into solitaire and lock me up
in handcuffs.
Like, yeah, okay, I'm all for that. So El Diablo, who has been doing some things in she does some things in law enforcement, spins this big guy around like I've never seen him like spun him around, grabbed his arms, put the cuff on one arm, and it was that far away from his other wrist. I grabbed now this is behind his back. I grab his arms and I pull them together, and she snaps the cuffs on him. And we're in hysterics, right? Now there's some people. Yeah, so we have a couple people, and they're with us. So we're going to go into solitaire. Now you go into this. We're in this pen area, and we're going to go into solitaire. And there is the doors. It's a wire mesh door, and it's small. It's probably about 5'10", something like that.
I know.
We're walking. All of a sudden, now I'm behind them. She's got him in a wrist lock. And he's going, hey, we're pretending. Hey. And she's got him in this wrist lock. And she's got his face pointed right to this wire mesh wall, which is next to the door, pointed. And all I hear is, you're not going to put me into that door, are you? You're not going to put me into that door. And I hear, no. Oh, yeah, she was. She was going to put him right into that door. And karma. It was, karma. Well, Frank is a retired CO. His first duty was at Sing Sing. So, that'll give you an idea of, what kind of experiences this guy's had. And so it was great. So El Diablo is great. Now the other thing is with El Diablo has a fetish that we didn't really know about. So we're coming back from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. We're in Michigan still. We're coming down, and we had a great weekend, exhausted, everybody's tired, and I hear from this little voice from the back seat, "Can we stop? I'm hungry." And Frank goes, yeah. "I want waffles." Well, that voice was like something out of The Exorcist. It was low, it was guttural, it was growly. Now John is in the back seat. Our friend John who's working tonight, is in the back seat. And all I hear is, hold on. And I can hear his fingers hitting his phone as he's searching for a place. And he goes, "Hold on, there's a place. Hold on." And she goes, "I want waffles." He goes, "Are pancakes okay?" "I guess they're okay."
They'll do.
They'll do. That's right. They'll do.
They'll do.
So my wife Nancy's over there going, should be telling secrets of the car. What goes on in the car stays in the car.
Except for the waffle story, because that's funny.
The waffle story is great. The rest of the other stories we're gonna keep. We'll keep for another. Those are the stories we tell off air.
Yes.
Anyway, we get into Mackinac City. We find this place. It's a half-hour wait. No problem. We're in the gift shop. They call us in. I have never seen. Now, Butkus here. He can eat. Oh, he can eat. I am envious. I'm envious of the way he can eat.
There's no doubt.
When I was younger and heavier, I could destroy a buffet. Not anymore. Not anymore. This guy, my God, he can eat. And John's no slouch, our friend John. Well, Maui Diablo, the little demon,
put us all to shame.
The waitress came out with 4 plates, full-size plates. They were all her order. I got this little plate, and a little, and then I got a little plate for toast, and this guy had it. You had 2 full plates.
I had 2 plates.
She had 4 plates. And do you know what? I looked over.
She says, "Oh, but they were good waffles."
There we go. Yes. I looked over at the end when we were all finished. There were 2 bites that were left. All the other plates were cleaned. Cleaned. I am talking, it looked like a leg bone that got thrown into a piranha tank. There was nothing left. That's the only way I can describe it. There was nothing left. But yeah, so El Diablo, or Little Maui Diablo, she runs and she owns that wonderful gallery. It's called Art 247, and it's on Market Street in Lockport, New York. And let me tell you guys something. It is a great place. It's a marvelous place. Frank,
yes,
tell us a little bit about. Just tell us a general history of the place, so everybody can kind of get a flavor of it. Because Lockport, I'm going to tell you what, Lockport was a rough and tumble town for a long time.
Wow.
And this place is close to the Erie Canal. So guys, jump in there, Big Frank.
Yeah, it's right across the street from the Erie Canal. It's well over 200 years old. There's buildings on the property that were built from stone quarried out of the canal. We do explore some of those, and we do investigate in those. It was a factory run by William Keenan Jr., who was the brother-in-law of Henry Flagler. I was going to say Robert Flagler, Henry Flagler, who was he had the Florida East Coast Railroad, and what he did was he ran a factory that made pulleys and wheels for ships all over the world. was world renowned, and it's all that kind of stuff. And I'm stumbling over my words now because this is not usually my forte. This is usually Diablo's forte. So, but I'm stumbling over the words. I'm gonna do as best that I can. And they made pulleys and ships for stuff all over the world, and they ran it from, I believe it was 1898 to 1990 at least. The factory was open. It closed its doors in 1990, and Western Block moved, I believe it was to Tennessee or something like that. And when they left everything behind. They left ledgers. They left all kinds of documents that we still find things today. And it's been a great thing to research because we find so much. Every time we turn around, we find a whole new rabbit hole to go down. Whether it was Keenan and his family, whether it was the block itself, all kinds of stuff. It's just the whole family is just a fascinating thing. The money that Keenan invested into Western Block came from his sister, who was married to Henry Flagler. When she passed away, she inherited a boatload of money, so she got that. And not only did Flagler have the Florida East Coast Railroad, he was also partners with Rockefeller and Standard Oil. So a lot of that money made its way up to Lockport and got invested into the building, and it's where we are now. We just keep finding different types of rabbit holes. And again, when you come down to do an investigation with us, you get a little bit of the history, you get a little bit of the hauntings. We go through. I talk about the hauntings and things like that. Heather gives you more of a little bit deep. She's got more details than I do. I'm just skimming the surface and trying to remember as much as possible right now. But it's really, I am stammering over my words, but it really is. It's a very historic place. It's amazing. It really is.
It is amazing. It is an amazing place. And there's 3 buildings on the property. Well, it's more than 3 buildings.
13 buildings on the property.
How many? 14?
13, I believe.
Oh, 13. That's true.
It seems like it's all one, but it's broken up into like 13 different buildings.
That's true. That's true. It is like it's an amazing complex, and you can get lost on it. When Brian Kano was up here, he was shooting a reel for New York State Haunted History Tours.
Yes.
And he kind of got lost, kind of wandering through the building. So it's an amazing place. It's amazing, and we have a lot of fun. And I have to say that, of course, I mean, it's an art facility. So there are, paintings and photographs and all sorts of great stuff in there. I love it. There is the large Jesus. There's a paper mache Jesus that hangs on the wall that I wish I could get from my basement, but
not no more. It almost fell on me.
See, sinner. You're a sinner. That's it.
We were doing a public investigation in one night. Everything was it was a public investigation in one night, and we were out in the barn, and the two people had to go back to the bathroom. So I take him into the bathroom. They're walking out. They walk out ahead of me, and I walk as I walk past, that stupid thing dropped right behind me. I mean, literally, it missed me by about that much. I'm like, God damn.
I love that thing. I'm telling you, I love that thing. If she ever gets rid of it, I'll be heartbroken. I just love it. I just love walking in there.
If she ever gets rid of it, you'll be the first one to get it.
I don't know where I'll put it, but I will put it in my garage if I have to. It'll go. Every time Nancy pulls the car in, she'll be going, "Oh Jesus," and there'll be Jesus hanging on the wall. Now, I've talked a lot. I guess there's the answer, guys. No, my wife says no. Anyway, you know what I do love is the fact that when I go there, I always discover something new. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And the photography opportunities there are amazing. If you like industrial, that's the place to do it.
Absolutely.
But, I was always surprised about the interaction that we always got as a core group. And it's not so much, we get some EVPs, we get some recordings, but the physical phenomena, the touches,
Right.
that we get in there.
Yeah.
The footsteps. You're going in there, and it's a riot because you guys were. I remember the one night you guys were in the barn. You guys, because it's outside of the main building, and you guys were in the barn, and I was in the back. Oh, it was for the. No, it wasn't. I'm never mind. We were, but I was the only one in there, and I could hear footsteps upstairs going back and forth, and then coming down the stairs,
Yep.
the front stairs. How it echoes in because I was in the gallery. And the main gallery. And it was, I thought to myself, oh, this is interesting. But then, dude, should I tell? I've told this story 100 times on the air, and this will be the 101st time.
Tell him.
Guys, I have gone and got scratched. I've got pushed. I've been like tapped on the head and stuff. Never in all the years that I've done this, and I'm talking going back to my spiritualist roots, that far back, never got pushed to the ground. Never. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the most fleet-footed person there is, because I am not. This guy will tell you that I am definitely not. I stomp around like an albatross. I wore these work boots that never bent in the arch. So like after 30 years, you walk flat-footed. And we're up in the attic. This attic is still rough. And I mean, we seldom let people, you guys seldom let people up there because it's just so rough. And
Yeah,
it's there's so much that goes on up there. But just quickly, when Nick Groff was up there, he got a video of a hand coming out at him from behind a shelf, these shelves, which was amazing. And okay, Bill, I can attest to that. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bill. Bill knows. Hopefully I'll be on the Edson this year. I really want to come back. I want to bring the boys down. I want to bring everybody down there. I love the Edson. The Edson is.
Say hi to our buddy Michael John.
Oh, wait a minute. Michael John's in there. Iron Mike. This is the man, the myth, the legend. He's one of the stars of the Canadian show Traders. He is with our friend Dale Quigley, Paranormal Voice, and he is the general manager of a wrestling firm known throughout Canada and parts of the U.S., of course. And he is the amazing incarnation of who else? Irish Bobby Clancy. Yes. Hi, welcome. He's a great guy, and he's an author too. We're going to have him on. We're going to talk about his book.
Nice.
So
very good. I actually finished it. Excellent job, Mike.
It is. He does a great job. He does a great job. He needs to. I can't wait for the second book to come out. But so we're up in this attic area, and we are. What are you guys? Oh, this guy. Oh, this is a love fest tonight. Okay, enough with the love fest. Love you both. Yeah. We love you too. Yeah. I'll send you $1 in the mail, Mike. Iron Mike. What is it worth? 75 cents Canada? No, I don't know what the exchange rates are. But so we're up there, and it was a weird night. It was one of those really, I got to tell you guys, it was one of those really strange nights. And I don't know if it was a full moon or what was going on.
There was stuff going on.
It just felt like it was whatever was there was trying to go and separate us. That's the way it was. But we kind of kept together. So we're up in part of the attic, and it was kind of weird. It's like different things going on, different sounds. Everybody was kind of affected. I mean, I felt like, I'm going to be honest with you, it felt like like confusion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what it felt like? It felt like we were working, and I've worked, in industry for a while, so I kind of know what like the smell of like too much carbon monoxide is, and how it can kind of make you dizzy. And that's kind of the way it felt. You felt a little bit off.
Yeah, definitely off. Like pieces of time were missing.
Yeah, we did. As a matter of fact, I think we all experienced a couple pieces of time missing. And if we were talking about UFOs, I would say we got something going on there. But I think it was just because of the atmosphere that was going on. And I'll never forget it. I remember walking, and I hear John, our friend John, saying, "Our whiskey's better than yours." And this is not provoking. people, enough with the getting on my nerves about provoking. We recreate. And if we happen to be loud, it's just to raise our vibrations. That's all. So he's yelling, he kind of going, "Oh, my whiskey's better. Our whiskey's better than your whiskey, blah, 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 blah." And I'm walking towards him because I'm thinking that, and I'm carrying his REM pod, and as a camera guy,
Yep.
I've got, and working with like, video equipment, I've got my camera, I've got it like this to my chest because you don't want to ever drop it. And oh yeah, we have to put this on for the record. She has CO2 detectors all over the building, and it has no CO2.
And it wasn't CO2.
There wasn't CO2. It might have been Frank after he ate beans, but I think we stopped for Mexican that
We didn't
day.
have. Oh wait, we did have Mexican that night though. Didn't
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But I have to say that I'm walking towards John, and it felt like something just grabbed me in the shoulder. Right, I could feel like hands. I could feel fingers on my right bicep, like just like this. I could feel it, and it spun me around as I was starting to go down. And Frank, you saw me go down, right?
Yeah, but I didn't hear it. I mean, no, actually, I didn't hear it. I didn't even see it because I was on the other side of the room. But I heard somebody say, "Tim fell," and I'm like, "How did he fall?" I didn't even feel it. Didn't even hear it. And I turn around, and you're laying on the floor with a shoe missing.
It went down. I went down so gently, so slowly. And the best part is I'm sitting there and I'm like laughing, right? I'm laughing. I'm going, "Yeah, you son." I won't say what I said, but you blah, 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 blah. Finally pushed me down. You finally got me, right? I'm laughing about it because that's what I do. I laugh about it because I was like, it was a great experience. And here comes Heather with my sneaker, which was thrown almost 3-4 feet away. Yep. So the velocity that hit me was so strong that it actually knocked me out of my sneaker. And it was like being hit by a car. And I'm laying there going, what? I'm kind of like in shock for about 3 seconds. And then it's just like, wow, it got me. But I think if it wanted to hurt me, I think it would have hurt me. I think it would have really knocked me down harder. I think what was happening was the energy was heading towards John. And I kind of zigged into it. And that's what it. And it just kind of moved me around.
It wanted John, and you got in the way.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Diane, how are you? That's our good friend from Pittsburgh, Diane. She was up here for the magical mystery tour night up at the block where we did. What did we do? We did Ouija boards. We did table tipping, and what else did we do? We did
an investigation.
Yeah, we did the investigation. I can't
remember. Spoon bending.
Oh, spoon bending. Yeah, that's right. So, and we're going to probably do that again this year sometime, just to let you guys know. But it was an amazing thing. And I'm still shocked by it. And I got to tell you guys, and a seance. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. I got to tell you that it was, when I go there, it's not spooky at all. I don't get like any bad vibes or at all about it. It's just that it's like busy, and whatever is there just likes to let it be known that there.
Yes, it does.
Here comes the other partner in crime.
There he is.
Joe behind the counter, Paranormal Oddities, one of the sponsors of what else? The Black Cat Lounge. You like that one in South Central Depew, New York? Just to let you know, Transit Road, not far away from Walden Avenue, and so it is like an amazing. I got to say, the Western Block is just like an amazing place. There really is, and I have no idea why. It's it could be that because it's so close to the canal, or I don't know. It could be the history. There's so much overlay in there that it's kind of hard to tell. One of these days we're gonna you know what, Frank, we're gonna have to go down the rabbit hole, and we're gonna have to do like an intensive where we stay overnight.
Hell yeah.
And work. Absolutely. All night long and try to get some answers and
Now
sit down before we go in and go and get all of our experiments and all our questions and everything that we want to accomplish
all set and ready to go.
all set. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna work. It'll be a military operation.
Sounds good.
With pizza.
Absolutely, always with pizza.
Okay.
Listen, I have to go buy more flour. You guys ate me all out of flour. 25 pounds of pizza flour is all gone.
Hey, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I can't help that you make good pizza. He does make good pizza. And we're going to be, as a matter of fact, Frank and I are sitting down and we got a little project that we're working on about food to take on paranormal investigations. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that because there's so many things out there that you can take and, and I think one of the nicest things that somebody did, and that's why I got this idea about what you can take, was when we were at Mansfield. Remember, Frank, the woman made that vegetable soup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God. She had a crock pot. She left it there warmed up, and it was cold. It was, when was it? Was that November we were up there?
November, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was November. So
I believe it was. Yep.
Yeah, so it was like so cold, and it was like, this is great. Oh my God, it was great to have a bowl, take a break, go down and have a bowl. And it was fantastic. Oh, and just to let you guys know, Nancy's so proud of you for making your own dough because he used to go out and buy it. Now he makes his own. So
great.
He's like our little Chef Boyardee, our overgrown Chef Boyardee. One of these days we'll get him the hat. And
if I'm in a pinch, I'll use the store dough. Now I just make it.
No, just as easy. Just as easy.
It is easy.
It's easy. Now, hey Frank. Now let me ask you this. Would you be open to doing a little jaunt up to Lake Ontario one evening to look and watch the skies for UFOs?
Sure, absolutely.
Because I've been doing a lot of work, I've been doing a lot of research, and I've been finding that there's two big highways here in New York State for ufology, for UFO sightings. One, of course, is the Hudson region. The Hudson River is huge. I mean, they are constantly running in and out there.
Yepper. When I was working down there, that whole area is crazy.
Heather, of course he's in because I'm in. The two of you. You know what? When I got Frank as a pal, I got Diablo as a pal. I got the two of them. That's all there is to it. All I have to do is say, do you wanna? And one, it doesn't matter. They answer in unison. Yes. Yes, we're there. So we're going to be looking at. I want to look at
for all the stuff you do for us. We absolutely have to.
Oh, I don't do anything for you guys. I just hang out. That's all I do.
Putting a schlep like me on your show, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We did have a question. I got to look for it. It's a very, very kind of important question.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I can find them. Just kind of scrolling back by my good friend Marty, and she asks, how many toilet stops did you have to make? That's coming back from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I think we made 4.
That's all 4?
I think so, yeah.
Wait a minute. And the restaurant, 5.
5. Yes. 5. And a hockey arena.
Oh, the hockey arena. Oh, wait a minute. Can tell him, Frank, can you tell him about the hockey arena? Because you tell it so much better than I can.
What do you mean? How?
Tell everybody about how we were running in and then we saw that line and the type of people that were in line.
So we pull into this rest stop. It's just outside of it wasn't in St. Catharines, it was just outside of Ontario. And it's a Tim Hortons and a gas station. We pulled in and we all have to run to the bathroom. We run inside. We all stop dead in our tracks and we look, and there's this line. And you can just tell it's like, and the one guy turns and looks at us and he's like, like, you guys are.
Wait a minute. Physically,
yeah.
Now there's only one bathroom in this place, right? There's only one bathroom in this place.
And there was
There's like 6 or 8 people in line. The guy that's giggling at us is about 300. No, I'd say probably closer to 400 pounds. And there's a midget. There's a little person behind him.
Yeah. So
and he's looking at us laughing too. So, I mean, it was sort of like, it was kind of surreal. If this would have been on TV, I would have said somebody's setting us up. Somebody set us up. It's got to be like, a camera or something somewhere.
Candid camera, but like it used to be.
Yeah.
So we all look at each other like, yep, we're out of here. We turn back and I'm like, is that hockey rink open?
Right behind the place.
We beelined it right to the hockey rink and right on the door. No public restrooms. We're all like, screw that. Right in, and that was it. In and out.
It was all I got to say is the poor guys that were playing hockey because their league's going, the ice on that end, closest to the men's room started. It was getting foggy, and they were kind of like getting like stuck on the, getting and hitting the concrete, where the ice had been melting in that, or it was pooling up. It was one of, but see, this is the fun of it. This is the absolute fun of what we do. When we go out for these things. Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about West Virginia Penitentiary. The trip, not the penitentiary, the trip. So we as a group, we go to West Virginia Penitentiary.
Yeah. I don't remember anything out of the ordinary there, but oh no. I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
So we go and we stop at this restaurant. Now you have to understand something. I'm 6'2".
Hillbilly Hicktown.
Oh, big time. We have to walk to the side of the building to walk in, and it was an iron door. It was an iron utility door. That was the entrance, and you had to pull this thing open, right? And there was a counterweight, and you hear the thing going as the door opens. We walk in. Now there
were 8 of us.
8 of us. Yeah, there's 8 of us walking in, and this place is like something out of like any which way you lose. You know what I mean? That's the type of place it was. And as we walk in, Frank walks in. Now he's this big guy, and I'm behind him, and John's a good size, and all of us were, we're walking in, and all of a sudden we see everybody do one of these.
Whoop. Who are these people?
And I'm like, uh-oh. And now there's no place to really sit, So goes.
Wait. There was, you guys, I had went to the bathroom and everybody sat down. And I come out and I'm like, and Tim's like,
I was standing. There was like hardly,
We need another table. I'm like, okay. So I take 5 steps over and there's people standing. I'm like, you using that? And they're like,
grab the table. They looked at him like this. Absolute horror. He grabs the table. It's like, I thought I was watching a Frankenstein movie. Table, good. Bring here.
Yeah. And then I
walks over to another group of people and goes, "Hey, are you going to use those chairs?"
Nope.
As a matter of fact, the guy got up and said, the 2 people got up and said, "Here, take these too."
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We have these.
So we're sitting there, and it's dark, and we're kind of, we're looking at the menu, and it takes forever to get any kind of food out of the place. And our friend John,
the kitchen was.
Pardon?
Tell him where the kitchen was.
Well, that's where I'm getting. Our friend John goes, "Do you know where they're making our food?" And like we just had hamburgers and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Well, I'm pointing to the back. There's these 2 metal doors, He goes, look over the bar. The bar stretches out, and there's a griddle sitting there on the other side of the bar with this little old lady.
Yep.
If she was spitting tobacco onto the griddle, it would have been perfect. all I heard was the theme of Deliverance when we walked into this place, and she's just flipping these burgers, and I was like, wow. they have different health standards. They definitely do. That was another one of our adventures, Frank. I should have known then.
I forgot. Well, hey, it is what it is.
But I will say that was, and this is Frank. This is
There's nothing that's not exciting when we're all together.
This hotel we're staying at. Frank gets us into this great hotel, and so we go and we get in there. After the investigation, we're exhausted. Everybody's tired, right? Anybody that does anything. I mean, and you got to understand when you're in a pen.
2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, you're going up and down stairs and you're putting some miles on. You really are. You're putting some miles on. We're going outside to the chapel. We're in the sugar shack in the basement. We're walking the perimeter. We're all, walking the walls. It's all over the place. And it was great. We had some great interactions and I mean, some physical stuff that happened that was like, a guy was like mouthing off to the prisoners, a former guard. And all of a sudden this big piece of concrete it sounded like a big piece of concrete came off the roof or out of the ceiling and hit this, fencing, this mesh that was like, to keep people from throwing stuff over the edge. He goes, okay, I'm done. He walked away. That was the end. We were in the, went up to the infirmary and they have a 2-seater psych ward.
Yeah.
It's 2 little cells with a toilet in the middle. That's basically what it is. And everybody climbed in there and I'm going, well, I'm hearing something. I'm hearing people coming up and down the stairs. So I go to look to see, I'm going, is anybody here? Who's here? Who's here? All of a sudden I hear, shaboom, shook. It sounded like a cell door closed and the lock clicked. I never saw so many people trying to hit that door at the same time. All I saw was a set of legs straight up like this as people were trying to get. I think if you're in front, you just got pushed out with the momentum.
Right.
That was a great place. But the best thing is so Frank gets us this great hotel. Well, there's all these guys in there work that they must come from all over the country, and it looks like they're doing a lot of electrical work, like power lines and stuff. Well, the jacuzzi is 24/7.
Hell yeah. And the food started at 4:30.
4:30. So breakfast starts at 4:30. So Frank goes, hey, let's hit the jacuzzi till breakfast.
That's right.
We hit the jacuzzi, right? We're in there and it was great. Oh my God, it was so great. I had my back on a jet, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. So we get up and we're drying ourselves off. What do? We don't go back to our room to change. We walk directly into the little place, the little breakfast nook,
little lobby-like area.
And we're not thinking. So we're going in and out and we're stuffing our faces and stuff. Here comes this little old lady with a mop because we didn't realize how much we were still drenched.
Yep.
We were still drenched. We had dried ourselves off, but we're still dripping. And you could see like the look of disgust on her face when we were there. Oh, that was another one. We had, you know what? When we get serious in the paranormal, we get serious.
Right.
But
so
after it's done.
Yep.
After it's done. He's not me.
I came and point the right way.
So, hey, what kind of events are you guys planning up at Western Block for this year? Kind of, ballpark it.
We're still going through. Obviously, come October, we're going to be doing the public hunts that we usually do. We always have private hunts available. It's a little chillier now, but we have private hunts available once the weather breaks. We do have the barn challenge. So if you want to do a private hunt and spend the night in the barn, you're more than welcome to do that. We are going to be doing more overnight type of stuff. There's a spot that we have for that. You guys can bring sleeping bags and pillows and stuff. It'd be like your camp area, your base camp area. Set your stuff up, and then if you wanted to sleep there, you could sleep there. That kind of stuff. It's obviously not a hotel, so it's all kind of roughing it. So you bring your own
Flush
stuff.
toilets.
Yes, we do.
Flush
We have
toilets. They're very important to me.
indoor flush toilets.
Indoor flush toilets.
Indoor flush toilets. So
You don't have to go and get a representative to open the door so you can go outside to the outhouse.
right.
You've got actual flush toilets in there. Right
Yes.
there.
And heat.
And heat. Yeah, you get heat.
So right now we're just putting the schedule together because she's got a lot of gallery stuff that she's putting together and stuff. So we work around that. So I don't have anything really set in stone or anything to put, but there's some plans that we'd like to do different types of events there, different types of events and fundraisers, that kind of stuff. So,
and hopefully we'll do do like our little seance and stuff there again.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
Because the table.
Anytime you want to put something together there, we are in. There's no.
It was so much fun. You know what I've been revisiting, because I'm retired. I can.
Yes, exactly, and I am too.
Well, you got retirement jobs. You got to retire. You got retirement jobs. You have to go and teach people how to strangle tractors. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what you're doing.
Exactly.
But I've been revisiting all my information on the Philip experiment, where it's all about table tipping, and they created a thought form.
Right.
Is be able to get sort of a type of seance table tipping experiment. I just accessed I have some, but I accessed more of the records from the Canadian Psychical Society.
Oh, nice.
Which is great. And they were written by the woman whose husband actually ran the experiments. So I would like to try to go and do this, and on a regular, maybe once a month. Nothing. I don't want to do the hardcore seance thing where it's like every week and all that. Right. Just because that gets to be too tough. I mean, we all have busy lives, right now. But I think if we just made a plan to do something there, boots on the ground in the location itself.
Yeah.
And see if we can start getting a little bit different interaction, because now. You guys,
to answer your question one at a time, there'll be Rock the Block fundraisers and ghost parties.
Oh, okay. And you guys do birthday parties?
Yes, we do birthday parties. We do team building parties, all that stuff.
Oh, Deb, my friend Deb, 2 more weeks till you're retired. I told you. Remember, I told you last year. It goes quick. Congratulations, Deb. You know what? Many years of retirement. Enjoy it, and come out and hang out with us. You got to hang out with us.
They were just out this year, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I think what we can do, I think we can go and we can figure out something, and I would like to be able to go and do private, but I would also like to open it up to maybe once we start working with it a little bit more. I think I would like to open it up to the public, but also I want to do a twist on it. I want to be able to go and wire it. I want to be able to use our meters. I want to use our recorders and that sort of thing to see if we're catching any EVPs, anything background, because they didn't do that. We're talking back 1972. So sure. I mean that was, we're 1972. We're talking 8 tracks and cassettes and that sort of stuff.
I was only 4, so I mean.
I have nothing.
I know
have nothing to say to you.
And I know you can't remember, and it was disco, and I get it.
My underwear right now is older than you. Just to let you know. And you know what? I'm going to beat it with a rock, just to make sure. You guys are tough. You're tough. Hey, I got a confession to make, and
yes, Deb. In 72, I was 4.
Frank, you pissed me off. You want to know why?
Why?
Let me tell you why you pissed me off.
Just now?
No, normally in general. In general. Just a general thing. I'm going to clear the air.
Okay.
He puts his meters down. He puts that friggin' flashlight down. Everything's down, right? Oh, it's blinking, blah, 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 getting all this craziness going on. So I think I'm going to put my stuff down. I'm going to put my meters down. I'm going to put my flashlights down. I should get the same reaction. I get nothing. I get nothing. So then I think to myself, you know what? I'm going to go and do something a little crazy. I'm going to put my stuff in between his stuff. I get nothing. And then he goes to me every chance he gets. Usually when I'm speaking or I'm talking to somebody or whatever. Yeah. How's your lights? How's the flashlights working for you? Yeah. How's that? Those meters. Yeah, that K2 meter really went off for you, right? Yeah.
Tell them what happened in Gowanda.
You can tell them that story.
No, you tell them. You tell it much better. It's hilarious. No. It is because everybody says to you, why do you keep saying that to him?
Well, we're at Paracon in Gowanda, New York, Frank and I. So we're there. And, Frank is demure.
Of course.
He's quiet. He's an asshole. But, so he does things to me. He does things. I'm down, the block has got a table, and they're down the way from me, and I'm down, the row.
Wait, right in front of us, right straight ahead.
All I hear from him is, yeah, tell him about how your lights work. Well, my natural inclination is not to say, oh, Scooby-Doo. My natural inclination was to yell out at the top of my lungs, F you and your lights.
F you, Lunker, and your lights.
At that point, you could have heard a pin drop. It got so quiet.
The whole place, probably 150, 200 people, the whole place, dead silent.
I go and I turn, and the woman that's in the booth directly behind me in the next aisle looks at me and goes, you said that to him? He's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. He'll beat you. I went like this. He's a lunker. Nothing I can do about it. Just I said, you know what? Seriously, I said, he's, special ed. I just, no, I didn't say that to you. I did not say that to her. I shouldn't say.
You might have.
No, I wouldn't. But yeah. So I mean, so it's. I got to tell you what. When it's Maui Diablo, Johnny, Frank, and I, it's always an interesting adventure.
Oh, absolutely.
Locally now. We're talking New York State. Where do you want to go? What do you think? What do you think of New York State? There's a lot of places in New York State.
Yeah. Wait, there's one that's in. God, it's near. I don't know if it's a bed and breakfast or if it's a hotel. It's got the big. It's out near Mount Morris. It's got the.
Yeah.
With the big white horse in front of it.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
Yes,
I'd have to look.
Yeah,
but yeah, that place. No, that place I've heard is very, very active.
Yeah, that one, and then the other one I want to go back to is I think it's the Genesee Hotel that we shot Deathwalker in.
Yes,
leave that one too. That's a sweet place.
And two places this summer in Albion, Pratt Hotel or the Pratt Opera House, which I absolutely love.
Yep.
And the old, what is it? The Elks Lodge.
The Elks Lodge. Yep. Go back
in Albion. I'm going to tell you, they're both great. I love both. The history alone in each of those buildings were fantastic, and I think that those places are underrated and underinvestigated.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think people should go out there and visit those places. I think it's just fun. You guys will enjoy it. You guys enjoy it. We've gotten a lot of good stuff out of there, but the King Daddy, the Mac Daddy of all places that we have to go back to, Grand Midway Hotel,
Absolutely.
Windber, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Gotta get hold of
Windber,
it and go back.
the first building that I've ever stayed overnight in that had a Ouija board painted on the seal or on the roof, and I woke up with a painting of a 7-foot demon at the foot of my bed. naked demon, 7 foot. You know what? I survived disco. Don't know where that one came from.
Nope.
Just wasn't sure when I first woke up. But that is a really that's an interesting place, and I would love to go back there. Yeah. And we're doing a ritual, right? We're going to do a ritual, and we're going to shut down, guys, in just a few minutes. But we're doing a ritual to bring in spirits. So we're in the dining room. There's this long table. You got a long table, and they got these wooden, uncomfortable, high-back chairs. I mean, they're like, it looks like something on a King Arthur's court.
It's like a castle, like a King Arthur thing.
Yeah, it's a long thing. And I look over there, and they got a two-handed broadsword. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. So one of the rituals to bring in spirits is to cut the etheric veil with an athame or a sword or something, and allow the spirits to come in for contact. So I'm going, okay, we're going to do that. So I grab this sword and I'm cutting into it like a pentagram, which is what you do. You can tell him the rest, Frank.
Well, he went a little too high and he whacked the moose that was standing above. It was hanging on the wall above him.
Moose head. I hit the moose head. I was afraid that I split its nose.
We thought it was going to come crashing down. Thank God it didn't.
It's just going to shake my head. And the best part was our friend. Tell him about our friend John. John has come so far.
He finishes his thing, and so now I'm sitting at one. I'm like Tim is sitting at the head table. I'm sitting next to him. John, Heather's in the middle, or no. Heather's in the middle, and John is over here, and then Chris and Andrea were on that side, and we're doing a Ouija board session, and we're going back and forth, and Tim and Andrea are on the Ouija board session. They're going back and forth, they're talking, and all of a sudden, he asks, "Who's here?" And it's Z-O, and Tim's like, "Zozo, really?" And John's like, "Who the F is Zozo?" So now at this point, John's getting a little nervous, and he's, like Tim said, he's come a long way. He's a hell of a lot better. But we all know when he's getting nervous because it's. So now I'm starting to laugh, and
of course I have to go and egg it on, going, "Oh, he's a Sumerian demon."
Right. So actually, it was the other way around. So I'm here. John was in the middle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So I'm looking across through John over to Heather, and we're kind of laughing. We're all kind of laughing and chuckling. And then I'm starting to think, if he really goes somewhere, he's definitely not coming through me. So he's going to have to go through her. I'm like, Heather, you might want to stand up, let John out a little. So she stands up, lets him out. John starts pacing back and forth. Yeah, and Tim's egging him on. It's just an esoteric demon. But John's like, no, great. He's going to take the moose head out. We got demons coming in now. Zozo. Who the hell is Zozo? It was just.
But the icing on the cake was, so he sits at the other end of the table, right?
Yes.
He's opposite me, and the table's this long table. And I had set the broadsword down, pointed towards him. And all of a sudden he looks and he goes, "That's all I needed for that thing to get up and start and fly towards me. This is the wrong place to sit." He got up, and I think he left the room at that point.
He did. And then he comes back. And what was funny was he comes back and he sits down, and the K2 meters kept going off right next to him. And every time he would reach for the K2 meter, it would go off. He'd pull his hand back, it would stop. He'd put it back out. And it was like, so that was kind of it was a little bit weird there, but that was something different.
But if anybody wants to go to a place that's like really unusual, and tell them about the room you slept in. I had the demon room.
I slept in the vampire room, and there was a bed, but you can go through the wall into the closet, and there were coffins in the back. So I slept in a coffin for a little while.
Yes,
Right.
that's right. He isn't. He's
Right.
not all there. He's not all there. He's my buddy. I have to take care of him sometimes.
Sometimes.
But, he's my buddy. Anyway, Frank,
Yes.
stick around for a couple seconds.
Sounds
I
good.
thank you, and we're all going to hang
Everybody,
out.
have a good night.
It's always good. It's always good to chew the fat with you. And,
always good to tell stories.
And seriously, everybody out there, this is what it's all about. We're not a team. We're all individuals, which is fun. We all can do our own things. Nobody cares.
Yep.
No competition. We're just hanging around, and we're serious when we have to be serious. We're really careful about things, but all I'm going to say is I wear depends on the investigation, and I wear depends on the drive there and back because I'm laughing too hard. That's the way it works, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Frank. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Ciao, baby. Hey,
Ciao.
It's always good. He's hysterical. Frank's my good buddy, and it's always good to hang out with him. And whenever we get a chance just to get out and investigate and have fun, I'll call him and say, hey, I got a place, got an adventure. Let's go find this place. I take him down to an oddity shop or something. It's always a great time. So, guys, thank you for being on our the first show of the year, our kind of like, breakdown cruise. I want to shakedown cruise. I want to make sure that everything is going good. So far, everything seems to be doing well. Everything looks good, and I appreciate it. So, guys, let me just tell you something. Come closer. A lot of drama out there right now. I haven't seen this much drama since the 20s or since 20 years ago. A lot of drama, not just the paranormal world, but a lot of it in the metaphysical world. I don't know if it's a leech out from politics or I have no idea. But here's the bottom line. Ignore it. You know what? Don't fight it. Ignore it. You know why? Because it all just evens out in the end. If you go and fight it, you'll be the one that will suffer. One way or another, stress, not doing events, whatever. You know what? People are doing all this stuff. People are saying all this stuff. Let them. That's a big thing now. Big therapy points. Let them. They're all going out there and doing stuff and not inviting you. Let them. Don't worry about it. You have more than enough time. Just enjoy your own life. Follow your own path. Follow your dreams. And let them do whatever else they want for their lives. You have no control over it, but you have control over your life. So, guys, take care. We'll see you soon. You're listening to the Black Cat Lounge. Where else? Where the elite meet next to the dumpster transfer station. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Take care, my friends. Be good. Be healthy. Ciao.